So then, setting off in the impressive Optima 1.7 CRDi 4 DCT 7-speed is so very relaxing, and it allows you plenty of time to ponder the intricacies of the Kia, the things that we take for granted in a car, the functions that we use every day without a second thought. Even whilst relaxing in the deep, comfortable leather seats with their cooling and heating functions, those neat little design elements that surround you or replicate styling ideas that define the Kia brand manage to seep into your consciousness. But what you really want to know is this Kia any good? After all, it's an executive saloon. It should be packed to the rafters with technology and wizardry. And a closer look at the sharp end of this car reveals a black rectangle underneath the number plate, which includes the electronic wizardry behind some of the impressive driving aids that are fitted onto this particular Optima. The amazing advanced smart cruise control allows you to set your speed, set the distance from the car in front, and let the Kia get on with it. As long as you keep your eyes on the road and your attention on the cars in front, the Kia will accelerate and slow down depending on what the vehicle in front of you is actually doing. This makes for an extremely relaxing ride, especially when travelling at distance. Further driving aids include speed limit information function, which uses the camera and navigation system to read speed limit signs along the road, which then display the posted speed beside the speedometer and on the navigation screen, and is the kind of system and safety feature that very quickly becomes an aid to driving that you miss when you don't have it. MotorMartin is also a fan of the blind spot detection system, which alerts the driver if a vehicle is in their blind spot when changing lanes. This works through radar sensors in the rear bumper, which monitor the area behind the vehicle that are difficult to see, and then a warning symbol in the exterior mirror glass then lights up when necessary, and yet if this warning is ignored and you change lane, the symbol starts to flash and a warning sound is emitted. Very helpful indeed, and another sign that the electronic brain of the Kia, combined with the technology within, works seamlessly to provide you with a safe and comfortable environment to travel to the shops and back, as well as journeying further afield when the mood or circumstances dictate. But all of this technology of which MotorMartin's barely scratched the surface of, is of little or no value if the driving itself is underwhelming and below par. Unfortunately, the Optima delivers in bucket loads. Setting the 8-way power adjustable memory front seats and steering is simple and exactly as expected, but it's the additional features that make the driving experience just so. The extremely clear, superbly lit speedometer and rev counter include a customizable 4.3-inch TFT display centrally positioned within the eye line of the driver, and that can be scrolled through to provide important information such as speed, average fuel economy, range and trip data, as well as the ubiquitous outside temperature. After all, where would we be without knowing what the temperature is outside? All of which allows the driver to concentrate on driving, as everything that you need to know is either displayed directly in front of you or is a few short clicks away using the easily reached steering wheel control cluster positioned on the right hand spar. And with the dual zone climate control set to a comfortable temperature, the simply stunning Harman Kardon premium sound system with 10 speakers and an 8-inch subwoofer and an external amplifier tuned to Radio X, postcode data added into the easy to use 8-inch touchscreen sat-nav system, the Optima really is good to go. And with this particular Optima featuring Kia's very latest 1.7 CRDi power plant and producing a not inconsiderable 139 British horsepower, a 0 to 60 time of 10.6 seconds is achievable, whilst a combined MPG figure of 64.2 is excellent in the car of this size and ability. And as a mile eater of considerable comfort and ability, you wouldn't necessarily expect the Optima to be able to handle the more enjoyable aspects of the journey, but handle the twisting country A and B roads it does, and does so very well. The car remaining stable during the bends, whilst the brakes are powerful and offer plenty of feel when you need them to do so. The automatic gearbox changes smoothly through all of its 7 gears, whilst the kickdown you need when overtaking allows full use of the engine's torque and power. For those that wish for a more sporting feel, it's simple enough to move the gear shift across from drive and to the right, and then make full use of the gear paddle situated comfortably behind the steering wheel. It's not quite Formula 1, but it is another string to add to the Optima's rather impressive bow. So on first glance your eyes are immediately drawn to the slightly elongated silhouette from the previous model, with its gleaming chrome highlights sweeping along the line of the side windows and along the line of the boot. For a saloon, the shape is easily reminiscent of a hatchback and allows the Kia to project a modern, contemporary look that is at ease amongst its competitors. Kia have shared with MotorMartin about how important it was during the design process that they were able to make sure that this, the very latest Optima, shared their signature tiger nose grille, which was married to a longer, wider wraparound headlights and LED rear lamps to make sure that this executive saloon continues to stand out from the crowd. This model is also longer, wider and higher than its predecessor, which means more head and shoulder and rear seat leg room and greater cargo capacity, all of which allow the Optima to truly encompass MotorMartin's real-life motoring sensibilities while still retaining its handsome profile. So, in conclusion, this is a very impressive mile-eater of a car, and summing up is really rather simple, as in MotorMartin's opinion, I want one.